Well, thank you to the student who sent this question in. I'm looking forward to working out this example from intermediate algebra, simplify the given expression. And this is an example of a complex fraction. Now, one of the pieces to this example is that you've got to be familiar with the exponent principles or rules or properties, whatever you want to call them. The two that will come into play with this example are listed here in this red box. If we have a base raised to an exponent, like this y cubed raised to the 1/6, then what we do is multiply the 3 and the 1/6. And then this other one, when we're dividing two pieces, and we've got like the base to the power of w divided by the base to the power of z, the key there is to subtract them. So let's get started with this example. I'm going to try to do my best to keep straight the difference between what I'm doing in the numerator and what I'm doing in the denominator. But for the numerator, you could almost think of it as distribute this 1/6. Because we have y cubed to the 1/6 times x to the 1/6. And that's all over this y to the negative 1/2 x to the 1/3. So simplifying that green numerator, we're going to multiply 3 times 1/6. That's like 3 over 1 times 1 over 6. So 3 over 6, and that will reduce to 1/2. So this would give us y to the 1/2 x to the 1/6 all over y to the negative 1/2 x to the 1/3. So next we'll apply the quotient rule, and we're going to treat each of these variables separately. So we've got the y to the 1/2 divided by y to the negative 1/2. So that's 1/2 from the numerator minus negative 1/2. And I wonder if this isn't a common mistake right there, because we're subtracting a negative number. So that's going to actually be the same as adding. So let me write this off to the side. 1/2 minus negative 1/2. That's the same as 1/2 plus 1/2. Do you remember that 2-mark rule? We changed the subtracting to addition and changed the sign of the following number. So 1/2 plus 1/2 is just 2 halves, or 1. And then this is over, or I'm sorry, not over. I forgot what I got this mixed up. We're just moving over to the x, right? So times x to the 1/6 minus 1/3. And off to the side, if I did 1/6 minus 1/3, that's the same as saying that we've got 1/6 minus 2/6. Or you could use a calculator to do that arithmetic, but it's negative 1/6, right? So this would equal, oh, you'll have to pardon that alarm in the background. If you hear that, it's the warning system practice, right? So please ignore that. So what do we have here? We've got y to the 1, so just y, times x to the negative 1/6. And because our directions remind us here, where is it? Write the answer with positive exponents. I can't keep this negative 1/6. So I guess the third exponent property I've got to remember is that when we have a negative exponent, it's an indicator to bring that down to the numerator. So here's what that would look like. We'd have that this is equal to y over x to the 1/6. And that's it. I hope that that example makes sense to you, and maybe the explanation makes it even more clear to you. Feel free to pause the video, rewind it, watch it again. But if you do still have any struggle with this example, would you please reach out to me and let me know? I'd be happy to give you further explanation about any part of this.